UK.
Okay, we're just going to return back to Ukraine in a moment. I just want to bring you some breaking news that is just coming into us. Police in Israel say they're responding to reports of a bus explosion. This has taken place in the south of Tel Aviv in the town of Bet Yam. The bus is reportedly on fire inside a parking lot. And we understand that there have been no reports of any casualties at the stage. Let's go to Noor Odeh. She's in the Jordanian capital.
רגע לפני כניסת השבת באתי כאן למחנה הפליטים בטול כרם להיות עם חיילינו הגיבורים. הם עושים עבודה נהדרת. בשנה האחרונה אנחנו מאוד הגברנו את הפעילות שלנו. אנחנו נכנסים למעוזי הטרור, משטחים רחובות שלמים שמשמשים את הטרוריסטים, את הבתים שלהם, מחסלים טרוריסטים, מפקדים. עושים עבודה מאוד מאוד חשובה נגד הרצון של חמאס וגורמי טרור אחרים לפגוע בנו. הרצון הזה עדיין לא נפסק. מה שראינו אתמול, הניסיון לבצע פיגועי שרשרת המוניים, זה דבר חמור ביותר. בתגובה אנחנו תגברנו, לפי הנחייתי והנחיית שר הביטחון, לתגבר את הכוחות ביהודה ושומרון ולצאת לפעילות מבצעית נוספת נגד מוקדי טרור.
رسالتنا اليوم لأهل غزة الذين انتصروا على هذا الكيان الصهيوني. نحن نحتفي بهم ونقف إلى جانبهم، نقف إلى جانب شعوبهم، نقف إلى جانب الشعب المقهور في غزة. كذلك الأمر وأولى الأمور إلى الأردن بانتصاره أو بموقفه القوي تجاه هذا الكيان ورفضه للهجرة إلى الأردن، التهجير إلى الأردن. وكذلك هناك تخوف من أن يكون هذا العدو وهذا الكيان الصهيوني يسعى إلى تهجير أهل الضفة الغربية إلى الأردن.
The Middle East is teetering on the edge of further instability as a war of words escalated between Iran and Israel. The latest salvo came from Iran's top military leader, General Ibrahim Jabari, who declared that Iran would destroy Israel as part of a planned operation called Operation True Promise III. Jabari's chilling warning made at a recent public address stated that the operation would be carried out at the right time, promising to raze Tel Aviv and Haifa to the ground. Meanwhile, Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar quickly responded, echoing the painful lessons of history. Signaling Israel's readiness to defend itself against any future threat, Sa'ar said, "If the Jewish people have learned anything from history, it is this. If your enemy says his goal is to annihilate you, believe him. We are ready." This was the third threat in just a week from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, that is the IRGC. Earlier, Brigadier Generals Ali Fadawi and Amir Ali Hajizadeh had also spoken of the possibility of destroying Israel in the near future as part of the much-feared Operation True Promise III. The operation is considered by analysts to be the next phase in Iran's ongoing military strategy against Israel following missile strikes in April and October 2024. The timing of these threats is no coincidence. Iranian missile production appears to be ramping up. Reports indicate that Iran recently received a massive shipment of 1,000 tons of rocket fuel, precursor chemicals from China, and the IRGC has unveiled a new underground missile city aimed at targeting naval vessels in the region. Tensions are clearly mounting as Iran prepares for a potential large-scale offensive. Meanwhile, the situation has caught the attention of global intelligence experts. In an article published in the Middle East Quarterly, former CIA officer Colin Winston suggested that now might be the optimal time for the US and Israel to strike Iran's nuclear facilities. Winston argued that Iran's axis of resistance is in ruins. Hezbollah and Hamas no longer pose a significant threat to Israel, and both Iranian and Syrian air defenses have been severely compromised. He added that Iran is rapidly advancing in its uranium enrichment program and could soon have enough weapons-grade material to produce nuclear bombs. According to Winston, waiting for intelligence agencies to detect a breakout from Iran is no longer a viable strategy. He warned now is the time for Jerusalem and Washington to take decisive military action against Iran's nuclear program. Iran, however, has made it clear that any such attack would be met with fierce retaliation. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi warned earlier this year that any Israeli or US military action targeting Iran's nuclear facilities would ignite an all-out war in the region. He described such a strike as one of the biggest historical mistakes the US could make. The pressure is mounting as reports suggest that Israel could take preemptive military action against Iran's nuclear sites by mid-2025. With tensions between the two countries at an all-time high, the coming months could very well determine the future course of the Middle East's volatile political landscape. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the world is watching closely as this high-stakes drama unfolds. Will diplomacy prevail, or are we on the brink of a military confrontation that could reshape the region forever? Only time will tell. For more updates on Israel, Iran, and the Middle East tensions, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Indian Express.
As peace talks begin to end the Ukraine war, history was also made in Latvia. For the first time ever, Sweden deployed troops as part of its NATO membership, integrating its forces into a multinational brigade in the Baltic country. During the deployment ceremony at Latvia's Camp Valdemar, Swedish Army Chief Commander Major General Janne Lindsfors stated that the historic event was a significant achievement for Sweden and NATO.
It's a super important day to us. It's a task that we have been preparing for and longing for a long time, more than 1 year.
Sweden joined NATO in March 2024 and plans to allocate nearly 2% of its GDP to NATO this year. It is among the member countries significantly increasing their defense spending. Many NATO members contribute less than 2%, some even much less. President Trump has advocated for each member to spend 5% of their annual gross domestic product on NATO, asserting that they can afford it. Currently, 4 of NATO's 32 members, the United States, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom, contribute half of the organization's funding. Although it is in the interest of the world's largest economy, the United States, to contribute the largest amount to NATO, European countries need to step up their efforts and spend more. NATO was established to protect all its members, European countries, Canada, and the United States, from Russian aggression. An attack on one is an attack on all. Although Russia's war with Ukraine is indeed occurring right in Europe's backyard, only 55 miles separate Russia from Alaska. This positions Russia not only as a threat to Europe, but also as a neighbor to the United States. In fact, Russia is closer to Alaska than Cuba is to Florida. A strong NATO is crucial for U.S. national security, and its expansion, along with support for Ukraine, is the primary reason Russia is now willing to discuss peace.